Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and let's see how far we can get through this video without Cobalt barking. I'm sure he's gonna bark. The sump pump was put on automatic, so it comes on without me having to go down in the basement. Creepy, disgusting, creepy, dark spider filled basement to turn it on, which is a plus. Yes, you can notice I'm not home. I am at my friend's house. I've been here since Saturday. And it's not the first time I've spent time here alone, but this is the first time I've taken the opportunity to film here. I'm going to probably make more than one video because I want to take a moment to first just talk to you. Cobalt's like looking out the window like something's out there and he's going to hop up here. So we're going to have Cobalt getting behind and in the video. It is what it is. He's missing his daddy. So, it's very difficult to film here. First of all, this house is always dark. No matter how bright it is outside, I have the curtains open right here beside me. The light is on. Lights are on throughout the house. No matter what, if you notice behind me, it is very dark. Not this side of me, but here. Even if I reach over and turn on this light, that is dark. Behind me, I don't know if you can see that. That is a very large, let me tip this up so you can see the whole thing. Well, yeah, you're going to see Christmas lights dangling, but that is, in fact, a very large wood, gosh, now I can't think of the name of it, rosary. It has been blessed, and it's been hanging there on that wall. I can't tell you how long. As long as I can remember, it's been there. I've been coming here for about 6 years. And that's always been there. Some background on this house. This house was here back in early 1900s. This house belonged to my friend's aunt and uncle. They purchased it. It's on a lot of acreage. It's on top of a hill. Let's see. This house has a lot going on with it. There are spirits in this house that are friendly. There are spirits in this house that are very attached to my friend. His mother, you can tell when she's here, she's just a very warm presence. His Aunt Goldie, who was the lady of the house, the lady that lived here, you can tell when she's here because you smell lilac or a flowery perfume. Lilac was her favorite scent. When you smell that, you're smelling her. You're smelling her presence. If you're smelling more like a Chanel or a that kind of a fragrance, like that kind of thing, it is his sister Cassie. The background between my friend and his sister Cassie is they were very, very close. She was diabetic. he used to call her every day, check on her. And she used to come here all the time. Spend a lot of time with Fritz's daughter. And they used to have campouts and cookouts and bonfires and do all kinds of things together. And whenever now I can't think of the name of it, I've tried all afternoon to think of it, but when all of the meteor showers would be going on, they would lay out here and just have a tent out in the yard and watch the meteor showers all night. So this whole house is filled with all of that. So you can smell when she's here. You know when she's present. And for the last couple of months, since he's had the first brain injury, he has, I forgot my drink. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. I got myself my peach tea. As I was saying, he has talked about his sister being here, his mother being here, seeing them sitting in the chair, and smelling them, which is normal because their presence is always here. But ever since I've been coming here and off and on stayed here before, when he's been in the hospital, before when he had pneumonia, and when he'd go someplace and I'd come and sit with his dogs or take care of the house, there are voices that you can hear, women chattering. You can hear women talking. And it may last just a couple minutes, or it may last quite a while and absolutely make you walk around and wonder, where is this coming from? And I kid you not, this is where they come from. This area over here. This dark corner. That's where I always hear the talking. So this house is filled with, and while I was up, I got the picture of his sister Cassie. And I thought I'd bring it over. This house is filled with mementos, photos, artifacts that they have brought back from trips, places they've been to, vacations that they took, gifts that have been from one person to another, things that have been passed down from family members that now nobody even knows where these items came from, and things like that. So when you have things like a flower pressed in a book, or somewhere in here, and I had found it when I was helping him start to clean out his mom and dad's house, a bunch of stuff, and I found like his baby shoes with a book from the time that he was born, you know, a baby magazine where you kept record of their weights and stuff like that, that the hospital would have given out, that kind of thing. I also found a plastic case, like a little plastic box, you know how you used to get, and inside of it was a lock of hair, reddish blonde hair. And I can't for the life of me remember what was done with it, but it's here. I don't remember if it's Fritz's or if it was Cassie's, but I'm thinking we thought it was Cassie's. the coffee table's not sitting level. I forgot to put something back under it when I swept. So we have a large array of all kinds of artifacts like that in this house. And just everything, like a wooden rooster. There's an elephant statue that came from a trip they took somewhere. There's just everything. And these items, not necessarily they bring attachment from wherever they came from, but there is an attachment from the person that these items belong to, or that they used to belong to prior, like something that belonged to his great-grandmother or his grandmother or someone else in the family, where they were passed down and brought into the home. So we have a lot of those things. And then when you talk about the closeness and the close-knit part of the family, all these attachments build like layers upon layers upon layers. And when you start doing that and you go and you watch everybody's videos and you're like, this house has such a heaviness. People walk into these homes and there's like, there's such a heaviness here. What happened here? And it's my belief that when you start layering on all these different things and building up layer upon layer upon layer of all these, let's just call them artifacts, all these mementos, all these things that over the years have built up that home, not necessarily that they're bad entities or bad things or demons. It's just that all those layers are compressing and just causing that heaviness in a home. So as I was talking about the closeness that he has with his sister, she's been gone for about, I believe, 12 years. What happened was he couldn't reach her one day. And he kept trying, and finally, him and his little daughter, she was not very old, they went to check on her to see why she wasn't answering her phone. And he finally went through her door. And he asked his daughter to step back outside because she was no longer with him. And what had happened is she had slipped into a diabetic coma and had passed away. So it hit him very hard to have found her that way, and it was very traumatic to him. So he lost a lot of his very close family. Shortly after that, his sister Linda also passed away. And then, of course, he had lost his mom and he had lost his dad. He lost his Aunt Goldie and he lost his Uncle George, who this house was his Aunt Goldie and Uncle George's home. And all of this stuff that he had baggage of his memories and his psychic kind of baggage, he brought that here with him. And I feel when you start compressing all of these things from everywhere together and you bring them all together in a home, this is what you get. And I'll tell you, this behind me, on this side of me, I have a constant tingle. I do not like to sit on this couch, and I don't like it. I don't like to sit on this end of the couch. I've never liked it because it is so dark. It is very dark. It is very not a negative. It is just very heavy. It is very heavy. It is very it's not evil. It's just takes everything out of you. It's like it's drawing from you and it's draining you. So I have this behind me. As you can see, they are Catholic. The family is Catholic, as you can obviously tell. But it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter how hard you try, how much you pray. These things can still happen to your home. It doesn't matter if you're a good person, bad person, what you do in your life. These kind of things happen. So, hold on a second. Okay, I had to stop and get a drink. I felt my throat really start to itch. But, and animals also sense this. And he's had a lot of losses over his life. And he would sit here and tell me over and over that he's hearing people talking. And I try not to feed into what he's hearing. And I'm watching this black behind me because it seems like it's getting more intense as I talk, which is making me extremely nervous. And I swear it's creeping. Guys, this house is no joke. This house is no joke. His nephew is telling me how much, I'm going to turn this other light on. I'm trying to battle that dark. His nephew was telling me the other night how Fritz has taken on the persona of his uncle. The way he's looking, the way he's interacting with people, the way he's talking, things he's saying and things he's doing is just like he's turning into his uncle. The whole not leaving the hill, not wanting to eat, things he's saying like, damn hell, that thing. Fritz insisted I paint that for him on a big picture, and I did. I did not know that was something that his uncle would say all the time. I thought it was something Fritz started saying out of the blue, and I was like, sure, I'll paint that on a picture. Well, that's something his uncle used to say, and then out of the, this is starting to really bother me. We may move this to another area. Let's just get through this part of this video. This is definitely something that seems to be occurring in this house. It's like all of those artifacts, I'm going to just call them artifacts, all of the mementos, all of the things like the hair, the things that they won't part with, old hats, the things that, he's got things here that he moved in and never got rid of a thing, never moved anything off the walls, never took nothing down, never made it his home. He just come in and added his things to that. He never took down anything that was George's and Goldie's. You couldn't touch it. It had to stay, and then he would just add his stuff to it. It was like there's things on the wall that belong to them still to this day. And then he added some things that were his mom and dad's pictures and things like that. And he's just added to that, creating layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And I think that in many of these homes that we see that are like this, that have that heaviness that is so overwhelming when we walk into these abandoned homes or haunted places, that extreme heaviness and stuff that we feel that just makes you feel like you can't breathe, and that creates a home to be haunted, not necessarily by anything evil. It just has all those spirits and all those things in it. I think that's what helps to create that, and helps to create an instance where there's so many different spirits in one location. It doesn't have to be that there had to been some kind of drastic death in the family, or death happening in that home, or something like that. I feel that a lot of it has to be like this, where it's just everything has been brought in and just kept piling up, creating that area where they could just come and be here, and like filling a void. And when I cleanse, a lot of times, and I go in, and a lot of people do cleansing, and they will cleanse, do a complete cleanse, and then it's empty, it's a void, and they forget to fill that void that they just cleansed with something positive. If you don't fill it with something positive, then the evil or whatever you just took out of there, it can be still come back in, or something else could step back in. So that might be something, a video I might make later, but this house is in need of cleansing out all of the spirits that don't need to be here. And I say that because his sister and his mother are his voices of reasoning, because they tell him things like, you know, they're like his guiding angels. If you cleanse away those things, he may not have that voice of reasoning, those guiding angels, guarding angels to help him through. So cleansing, a complete total cleansing, sometimes isn't always good. But anyways, guys, I'm going to cut this off because it is very difficult up here to upload videos. This is probably going to take at least 12 hours to upload. But this black, I'm battling it with a flashlight in front of me, and it's still black. Let's see what it looks like with the flashlight off. Let's sit back. That's pretty dark behind me. So everybody, take care. I'm going to see if I want to sit here and do the Necrophonic and have my EMF meter up next, and that'll be a whole new video. Everybody, love y'all, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.